Are you in the right environments to achieve that goal on a regular basis? Do you have the right habits as you move forward towards that goal? Do you have the skills and the capabilities to chase down this goal? Hey guys, Matt Tait from Fork in the Road, your channel for transformation. Today I'm doing a series of videos on vision and purpose. What am I talking about when I'm talking about vision and purpose, I hear you ask? Well, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I'm doing a workshop in Auckland of all places, where I'm coming over to do a seminar to help people to move forward, to help people to overcome that stuck state and move into that more empowered state, get clear on what those messages are and move forward. And so what I'm going to do in this workshop is I'm do a series of videos for the YouTube channel to give you some of the content I'll be doing inside the workshop. Sounds good, doesn't it? So if that sounds good, keep on watching and I'll jump into some content to help you get clear on what's important to you. Now, one of the first things I'll be sharing is a thing called the Dilts Model. Now, inside this model, it's like a roadmap on how to unpack where to do the work. You know, you see where you're showing up in the places where you show up in life. You look at the habits that you've got, and you look at the skills that you have and what capable you are as a person. I see these all as measuring sticks. And we're going to use this as measuring sticks to see, well, where are you at with your life? And is these things, or are these things, lighting you up? So that's the Dilts model, but of course the measuring sticks are great, but how do we actually shift? Well, the answer is in the next levels up from those skill levels, and that is your values, your beliefs, and your identity. Your identity runs the show. And so that's what we'll look at to start with, and showing you how you can measure yourself to see, well, am I actually lit up and excited by all of those elements? And then of course that spits out the other end. When you actually build up this conversation with people, you end up at a place of purpose. When something is bigger than you, you'll have a goal which is altruistic. Maybe it's, you know, to run a business, maybe it's to, you know, be an Olympian, or maybe it's to have a family. I don't know, whatever it might be. Or there's something that you want but you're not doing. And the first question we've got to ask ourselves, is it a belief or is it a value that you're worried about? There's an unconscious worry in your head. And that unconscious worry in your head is going to stop you. It's going to give you your self-sabotage, it's going to give you your procrastination, and it's going to give you your imposter syndrome, right? All the big triple things that everyone has that stops them when they try to jump up a level. And all of these bits and pieces will impact on your identity, right? So that's what that's all about. These levels of change with the Dilts model, it's like a roadmap that helps you understand how to move forward, where to do the work, and how to measure yourself as to how am I going. And so to get to the purpose part, there's two sides on the Dilts scale, which doesn't get talked about all that much, but Dilts himself talks about it in some of his seminars. And that is the piece of giving and taking. That's a nice balancing piece. And so if you think that you're taking too much and you've got a belief that you're supposed to give, you're not going to go there. It's perhaps not the quite right goal that you've set yourself. Or if you're going to be taking more, but you really need to be giving, or should I say, if you're giving more, but you really need to be taking because you're giving so much of all of you, you're depleted, you need to take some to survive. You need to eat. You need to look after yourself. You need to look after your family, but you also need to look after you, or you can't look after anyone. So these are the things inside the Dilts model, which I'll run through in this session. And if I can get the tech lined up, I will live stream it, or at the very least record it so it can end up on my YouTube channel. So the Dilts model, it's a fantastic way of measuring where you are stuck. And then figuring out what little piece can I focus on? What's one thing that I can focus on to move myself forward? So with your situation, think of a goal that you're going for, and then ask yourself some honest questions. Honest questions like, are you in the right environments to achieve that goal on a regular basis? Do you have the right habits as you move forward towards that goal? Do you have the skills and the capabilities to chase down this goal? Maybe you don't. Maybe you've got to go learn something, right? So these are all measuring sticks to say, okay, where are you at? No judgment, just this is the reality. But then we move into the big stuff, and that is, do you have the belief system that you need for someone who has got that goal? Are you in the right mindset yet? Or do you need to shift a few beliefs? So, I don't know, let's say you're trying to build a business, but you don't want to be salesy. Well, you, my friend, are in all sorts of doo-doo. You're not going to get the business because you need to learn how to sell in a business, because it's all part of the business, right? You have to understand, as an employee, if you're an employee and you don't have to sell, I guarantee you there's somebody in the company who does sell. So that could be the belief system. And so you need to reframe that I'm going to be serving people. I'm going to be serving people so much better. And then of course there's values. Do you have a values conflict? Are you conflicted because you think, well, I could have this business, but I'm going to lose my family. I'm going to lose time with my loved ones. And so, all of a sudden, we're going to have to think about that, right? So you understand your values conflict, and you might have to change your goal a little bit, depending on how it all comes together. And then there's identity. As you break through a barrier, let's say from employee to business owner, well, you're breaking through a barrier, or you're just going up to the next level where you have to show up differently. That's a big identity shift. And it requires a series of steps before you get there. And there's things you can do neurologically, but there's also things you'll have to just do experientially. You've got to have some experience to get there, right? So the neurological levels of change, as you can see, is a wonderful piece to measure how you are going. And are you on your way there? Or are you doing the things? Or maybe you've got to revisit the goal and do something a bit different. It's a powerful piece to get to the other side and then get to the purpose. And don't even get me started, is this your goal or is it someone else's? Sometimes we've never had our own goal. And my very first piece that I do after the Dilts model is in the next video, which is talking about values. And that's the values that will help you to understand what's important to you. So if that sounds good, if you're in New Zealand, if you're in Auckland, and you're there on the 6th of August 2022, because this recording will be there for a long time, and you want to come along on a Saturday afternoon and learn about your purpose and use these frames, just click on these links below. There'll be one in the description, and there'll be a link to the Eventbrite, and you can come along. It's complimentary, 30 seats, so make sure you click on it and get your ticket before they disappear and there's no more spots left. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to the next video, and there'll be another video coming very soon on values. I'll talk to you soon. Matt Tait from Fork in the Road. As always, if you found this video useful, please click on the like button and subscribe to the channel, but more importantly, comment, because I want to hear what's valuable to you, what's helped you to move forward, like the Dilts model being a measuring stick as to where you're at on your way towards a life of purpose. All right, let's open up that vision. I'll see you in the next video.